to explore. Ojika Suninika has a message for you. Welcome back, sister. I've just had a word from Erinvel. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Tural aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erinvel himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tural. There'll be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share desk space. That's fine, Erinvel. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tural, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tural is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become the Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbours. By visiting Tural, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sorts of insights that might help our friends in Ilsebard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Krill? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, You're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as a guide. Still playing the part of stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbour. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Savouring the moment, I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown. Well, for once the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves. Do not be so quick to relax. Though Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Blofusween herself, this will be no pleasure cruise. Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointingly so. Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure. Aye, it's nothing new to us. All aboard, we're casting off. It's time. I trust you have everything you need. We sail west, as Cat and Ram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural. Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits on the throne. Me, Wook Lamart. Smooth sailing so far? Aye, so far so good. But the sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next. I'll take my rest while I can then. We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before, several times in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tural and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own. Did you look out across the same waters, grandfather? Have you spoken with our shipmates? Tural is still a good distance away, and it might be a pleasant way to pass the time. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I can feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Aunt Jean Tame's the name. I was working at S. Thames Aesthetics in Uldar, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian, in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tural seemed like the perfect place to start anew. hopefully things will be better this time. I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. Gah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband has fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketan Ram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mammal Yar's leader is said to have welcomed Ketan Ram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back: popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Ketan Ram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. I'd heard Erenval was looking for passage to Tural, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of the chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we had just scheduled an expedition to Tural. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Uldar. Speciality imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Makote, the Hetzaro, the Hrothgar, the Exbral, not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offence. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next to the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants to the right of succession, your young Wook Lamart being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamal bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard that one about the clan names. We should have Wook Lamart and Erenval teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. We're in for a proper storm, it seems. How is your stomach? any better? I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous, is all. Isn't that what seasickness is? Erenvel, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there? The Shitona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Zak Tural. And your family? I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother, we're in the teeth of it now, lads. Reef that sail afore the mast snaps. Oh dear. Who the hells was on watch? This wind's too strong to take in the sail. Man fallen off the mast. We need help. Get him below decks first. Quickly, before he's washed overboard. Come, we should lend aid where we can. I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alice, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defences and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Woklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne. Morning. Joining us for some fresh air. Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Can't be much further now, can it? Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer. For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong. In other news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery. Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchor some way from shore. Too close and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tulal's coasts. Come. Thanks for bringing us all this way. Ha, we only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through the beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more. Then I'd better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy. We are the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we? Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight. Enjoying yourself for a change? There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure. At last, we are come to the land you call the New World, to my home, Tural. I'd heard Erenval was looking for passage to Tural. Try it again. Things are cold, never through the night. Higher, higher, da 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 da